Welcome back to Exposed. This week's show is brought to you by Shadarama in Chattagee. Shadarama is looking for someone in Ganawage to start a bowling league for Friday afternoons. Organizations looking to start a league, please contact Lee's Pettigrew at 450-692-4574. So before the break we were talking about back to school, and with back to school comes the wonderful
transportation issue.
How to get there and back from school, which is actually a really good topic because I go to Nova in Chattagee, and there's a lot of people I see from town there, and we don't have a bus. There's no bus. There's no way of transportation. People are carpooling there, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but when you have that many students, I'm pretty sure you can get a bus there, which
even just to Chattagee in general, like, I find just in Ganawage, our public, and I wrote about this in Teenage Wasteland a couple of weeks ago, our public transportation in this town
is horrible.
It's horrible.
They only have one bus an hour just to go to the Angry on Metro.
Yeah.
And they don't have anything else going anywhere else, which, no, you raise a very interesting point because we go everywhere, we're not just stuck in town. We need buses to go up to Chattagee and to go to other places, not just one on every hour.
Yeah, and even the one to Angrion, it's not even the best service. If our audience doesn't know, there's a nearly 5-hour gap in the schedule during the day, and and that's the biggest thing that I think conflicts with students, because we have schedules that are not 9 to 5 necessarily. I don't know about you, but sometimes I only start class at 1, or sometimes I start class at 9 and I finish at noon. So
yeah, that's what happens with me on Friday. I start at 8:15, and I finish 11:30, and I'm done for a day. That's it, and then I have to call up somebody to get me a ride home because they don't have any transportation there or back.
Taylor, are you able to take public transportation to school?
No, well, it's really difficult. I used to take the train when I first started last year. It was really difficult though because I would have to get a ride to the train station in Saint Constant at 6 o'clock in the morning to be at school for 8:30, and it would take exactly that amount of time to get to school, and it was hard because my mom would have to get up with my little brother and they'd have to take me, and it's like, in the winter time at 6 in the morning, it's like that's why there was supposed to be a train station in town. Wasn't there supposed to be one, or they were supposed to be building one, or that's what I heard, and I don't know if whatever happened to that. I think people complained, or
I'm not sure exactly why they decided not to build the train station, but I know there were people that were against it, and I find it's just ridiculous because, it's needed. Something is needed.
It's a very good way of transportation to and from the city, which everybody uses.
And it's just ridiculous how we have the train tracks already. It's just going to be a platform so the bus can stop.
And it goes through town anyway, so I don't understand why there isn't a stop. It only makes sense for there to be a stop there. People would use it, and I'm pretty sure the only people who would be against using it are the people who don't need to use it, because they don't understand that people actually need to get somewhere.
Mm-hmm. So with my frustration with the subject, specifically with the Sitso bus and that big gap in the schedule, I decided to start a petition for increased service, and eventually it will be presented to Sitso and to the Mohawk Council. So currently I have a whole 13 signatures, and hopefully I'll get more. So if anyone actually wants to sign it, they can contact me through my work email, which is jessicad@easterndoor.com, or there's actually a couple of sheets posted at the post office bulletin board.
See, what people don't notice is that, it's only a bus that comes once an hour, but you're making a complaint because there's only, like you said, so many buses that come throughout the day, and you said there's that 5-hour gap, which, you don't want to be sitting in the city for 5 hours if you only have to be there for the hour.
Yeah, if you miss that one bus, then you're pretty much.
I know,
That's
and
it,
it's like
you
we're
miss-
like I guess the biggest thing is not just for students, but people who don't drive or.
Yeah,
I
people,
mean, it's like like having to take taxis is expensive. Like,
it is.
I mean, I do promote Ganawage businesses, and but
Every day, like
yeah,
all
like
it adds up.
on a student budget, it's just like impossible.
Yeah. Even the Sitso bus, like I know a lot of Dawson students take that, and well, people that go to school in the city. But where I go to school in St. Anne de Bellevue, it's you can't take the metro there. You can't take.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Bus, metro bus.
Yeah, yeah, it's really difficult. And in the morning, at the time that the bus does make its way to Ingriel, I wouldn't have enough time to get to school. I would be like an hour late, you know.
Yeah,
so
like-
it needs to be adjusted.
I find it so bad that students have to, make their schedules around a bus schedule, and I think like it just shouldn't be like that. And it's not just about having to wait around school or for another 4 hours or something like that. Like it's a real inconvenience, and it's something we shouldn't have to deal with. And it's not just because we're lazy and we want to sleep in. Like
No, it's just because you have to get to school, and the bus is not really how would you say, it's not really reliable. There you go. It's not really reliable to to your everyday needs. So you have to really, like you said, you have to adjust around it, and it shouldn't be like that. Not with like what we have, not for like our town.
Yeah.
There should be way more ways of transportation, like you said, the train and the bus. This should be coming more and more often than what it is right now. On that note, we'll be cutting to a commercial break, and we'll be back with more Exposed.